The American President Donald Trump says the DPRK leader Kim Jong Un has made an unwavering commitment to completely denuclearize the Korean peninsula. But the US would continue to keep pressure on Pyongyang with sanctions.
Kim and I just signed a joint statement in which he reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. We also agreed to vigorous negotiations to implement the agreement as soon as possible. And he wants to do that. This isn't the past. This isn't another administration that never got it started and therefore never got it done. The current state of affairs cannot endure forever. The people of Korea, North and South, are profoundly talented, industrious, and gifted. These are truly gifted people. They share the same heritage, language, customs, culture, and destiny. But to realize their amazing destiny, to reunite their national family, the menace of nuclear weapons will now be removed. In the meantime, the sanctions will remain in effect.
Well, Trump made the statement at a press conference following his historic meeting with Kim. He added both countries were prepared to write a new chapter in their bilateral relations. He said Pyongyang had also agreed to destroy a major missile testing site. On the issue of reducing South Korea's military capabilities, Trump said that although he wanted to bring American soldiers home, this was something he couldn't yet commit to. However, he did say that Washington and Seoul would be stopping their war games. Well, for more on this, we are now joined by Miro Liu in Singapore for us. An historic day in Singapore. What are the key highlights of that summit between Trump and Kim Jong Un?
Hello, Karen. Indeed, it's a history in the making. I have so much to share you. Let's start from the very beginning. The U.S. President Donald Trump and DPRK leader Kim Jong Un met shortly after their scheduled meeting 9 o'clock. They met at 9:03 and they shared a 12-second handshake with broad smiles and very warm body language. Trump showed his thumbs up when Kim was talking. He also patted Kim on his arm several times. They first had a one-on-one sort of like man-to-man conversation for about 45 minutes with just their translators, because Trump earlier said that he would know within the first minute if Kim is serious about making a deal, and if he was not serious, Trump will walk away. But the result is he didn't walk away. He had that meeting for 45 minutes, and later on they brought their delegations, they sat down and they had talks, and after that talk they had a working lunch. After walking lunch, they even took a small walk in the Capella Hotel at Sentosa Island here in Singapore. After that walk, they met again and sat down and signed the comprehensive, according to Trump's language, a comprehensive document. And he said that this is an important, comprehensive document, and they've had a great time together. And it seems like Trump really taken a liking of Mr. Kim. He said he has developed a special bond with Ms. Kim. He said, I've learned a lot about him, and he's a very talented man. I also learned that he loves his country. He's a smart negotiator. So who could have imagined that these two leaders, just a couple months ago, last year, there was some pretty hostile fighting words between them. Trump was calling Kim the little rocket man, fire and fury, but today it was all positive. And Kim, on the other hand, he has a more sober tone. He said, after signing the document, he said that today we had a very historic meeting, overcome our past history and embarking on a new beginning. We're about to sign this agreement and the world will see a major change. So it's indeed history in the making, although observers and analysts are questioning about the details in that document. But the mere fact that these two leaders came here, sat down, had friendly conversation and signed a document is a milestone. Karen.
And Let's talk a little bit about those details in the document. A number of agreements or commitments have been made. What follows next?
Yes, so in that joint statement, there are 4 key points. Let me illustrate that for you. The first one is the U.S. and DPRK commit to establish the new U.S. and DPRK relations. The second is to build a lasting and stable peace regime on the Korean Peninsula. The third one is reaffirming the April 21st Panmunjom Declaration. DPRK commits to work towards complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. The fourth one is to commit to recover remains of prisoners of war and repatriate of those remains that's already discovered. So I guess the key thing is in the joint statement, the key point, denuclearization, they said they will complete work towards complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Now, this is what DPRK wants. They didn't say what the U.S. was emphasizing over and over again before the summit, which is the CVID, the complete, verifiable, irreversible denuclearization of DPRK. But here, it's just said complete denuclearization and of the Korean Peninsula. So that not only includes DPRK's nuclear arsenal, it also includes the U.S. nuclear umbrella in the Korean Peninsula. So observers and analysts are picking on those details, and later this afternoon, Trump had a press conference with a room of journalists, and during the Q&A session, people did ask about that question, and Trump said there will be some sort of verification in the future, Karen.
Okay, thank you very much for that update for us on the summit in Singapore. That was Miro Liu there.